Hey, what is up guys? This time around I wanted to discuss and answer a few common questions people have either asked me or have been misinformed about. So with that, I don't want to say what kind of video this is. It's a catch-up commentary, so let's start off with who I am. So hey, I'm Tobiased, but that's mainly my YouTube name. Most people will know me on Steam, Twitter, and Discord, call me Toby for short, and in fact, that's the preferred name I go by, even before I began YouTube. So feel free to call me Toby for short if you like, but either is fine. So Mr. Tobiased, how did you come up with the name Tobiased? That, my dear viewers, actually has a more reasonable backstory than merely rolled off of someone's tongue.
You know, it kind of rolls off the tongue and it's really nice. And then I was like, Muselk.
The name Tobiased is an obvious combination of Toby and the word biased. The latter word is a common term within news and information based channels and videos, etc. Which I so happen to do. But yeah, biased is obviously ironic because all my information is true. So that's the humble origin of my YouTube name. But again, refer to me as Toby if you like. Hey Tobiased, I just gotta know, are you really the almighty Muselk's thumbnail artist? Oh my god. Yes, it's true. But I'm not the only one in the mix, or in the media mob should I say. I work together with the OG clutch god Light Rod and the timeless classic Retro 414. You'll find the occasional screenshots of the absolute madness that goes down between thumbnail requests on Twitter, so it's not a lie. I do work for Muselk, but I'm not alone, so I'm not in touch with him that often, but since the trio of us get along so well, he doesn't individually make a request, but instead casts it into the group chat and hopes to God one of us bites in time for the next video. I basically just thought I'd clear that up, and yes, he does give us the green. How much green? Enough to occasionally afford a decent game or two when it all adds up. Speaking of games, Overwatch anyone? No? Piss off, you TF2 clone? Well hey, hear me out for a bit. No, I'm not considering it to replace my TF2 content or anything, but I wanted to know if that's something you'd like to see, at least once in a while. The reason I asked this is because I too like the game along with abundance of TF2 YouTubers out there. I'd be playing with Rapid, Retro, Travingle, Hamaji, just to name a few. So there will be familiar ground if you know some of them. However, my PC isn't the best in the world, so obviously it's going to be difficult to record. If you like to see a TF2 player play something other than TF2, pretty rare I know. So let's talk content. No, I'm not running out of ideas, I've just been lazy is all. To begin with my more popular series, my TF2 Extract series of course, I've been using it as a way to bring you guys news that is otherwise known, but nobody has really well explained it or even noticed. I do mention bigger events in there to give it a good mix, but I've been working my delivery of the news with my most recent one, with my first actual SFM animation. I'd like to continue doing that for each episode, however it takes me some time to render them, so it will remain exclusive to the series going forward to keep it as a special treat. I'll always be looking for new stuff to talk about, so if you'd like to mention something, drop it in the comments of not only this video, but ones in the future as well. So I know it's something you guys find interesting. Something I've noticed since my older videos is that you're curious why I don't sound so excited or maintain such high energy that you're all used to with Muselk, Uncle Dane, and the other cool guys out there. They're quite used to having the public attention or experience with their delivery of high energy. It's not that I'm trying to be monotone, it's just that it's kind of embarrassing to be talking about all this nonsense my family doesn't even understand. They'd think I'd need therapy or something. I'm generally a quiet guy, so it's odd to hear someone randomly discussing a hat simulator in the middle of the day, but I'm getting quite more comfortable with it. I do remember someone asking me to make another video if I'm being held hostage, and if I was being held hostage, I wouldn't be making videos. Speaking of Mr. High Energy himself, a couple of you are here because you just fucking love my thumbnails for some reason, and for now, the way I've been sharing them was with my SFM speed arts. I haven't done one too recently in case you'd rather see a proper video of mine, but I'd like to know if speed arts is something you'd like to see more often, so that can be arranged. Although requests are limited to the guys who need thumbnails, specifically because there aren't too specific in loadouts and has a theme to them. That makes sense to everyone. It's not so easy to work with a basic loadout poster if they aren't really doing anything. I'll also keep on doing non-specific ones like my last one, which ended up going in my TF2 banner, my year 1 thumbnail, and exiting animation that Desmond helped me animate. He and the media mob are helping me make it into a new outro for myself, so that's something to look forward to, as well as this new intro I've put together myself. So tell me what you think of the intro. I may make some changes before making it official. SFM for me was like map making to a fan of Crash. He does lovely maps, by the way. Probed is amazing! It was so intimidating at first, but I really wanted to do something to help me sell this unusual I had. My first one, in fact. the stormy and noble amassment of hats. So as an alternative, I took my mind full of purpose into Gmod and made things like this. I was proud of myself, thinking, it doesn't get better than this. I displayed them on my local forum page, only for it to be disliked like the average Reddit post. That hurt quite a bit, and I thought, just wait and see. So I looked SFM in its buggy little eyes and I took it on. What the fuck do I do now? I said. So I looked up basic Valve tutorials and other ones too, and I made this. Nothing too special. I didn't really finish it, because I didn't know what else to do. I got lots of help from some of the guys in the forums I posted in, so off the bat, I did loadout requests for people and improved from there. I got tired of doing just simple loadouts though. One day, a YouTuber swung by, this was about a month before I began YouTube, and asked for an art trade, so that gave me the idea of doing thumbnails. So then I worked on my airstrike video in early August last year. I got into the rhythm of video making and thus began thumbnail making as well. Around the invasion update, I met some guy in a green hat and he showed me the ways of abusing SFM. Fast forward 3 months, he tips me off to the wizard guy, and that has to be the most terrifying 10 hours to clutch a thumbnail for a map nobody even had. But that's a story for another time. I quickly made friends with the clutch god behind the majority of his thumbnails, and he showed me how to abuse SFM even more. That's basically how I got here today. I'll never forget how the SFM community has changed me and put me into their perspective of an artist's point of view. And that's about it for this video, but I'll be back with more. But in the meantime, I encourage you to ask me any questions you may have for me about this channel. I probably won't compile them into a Q&A, at least not yet, but I'll answer them bit by bit the further I go with the channel, so don't be afraid to ask. If this video appealed to you, give the likes please, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? How are you going to be the first to see the new videos if you aren't subbed? I don't understand. Or you can just comment, that's nice too. Tell me your thoughts on this year's I5A tournament, or don't.
Won this quite commonly. Timo is Mimo, I don't know.
And for my last shameless plug, if you want to be part of the notification squad, join my Steam group, Discord, or follow me on Twitter, so you can be on top of these videos as well as whatever nonsense I decide to put out. That's a wrap, folks, and as always, this is Tobiased, and I'll catch you guys later.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever. What's going on back there?
What?
I can't hear you anyways. I don't know why I even asked.